Good morning from Big Sky Country. I'm Stacy, owner of Montana Used Bricks. And yes, I'm doing another this and that video. There will be one or two more, and then I do have some other video ideas coming. But I really enjoy reading all of your comments, your suggestions, your advice, and just your support. And I really want to share that with everybody. Last week, I had said that somebody mentioned having the word used in my store name was hurting my business. And I had never thought of that before, and I started to panic a little bit that maybe they were right and maybe people were judging me on the name of my store. Overwhelmingly, everybody said, nope, keep the store name, it's you, it explains everything. And I just wanted to share some of the comments that I got regarding my store name, and thank you to everybody who commented and watched the video. It really meant a lot to me. The first one also talks about Duplo, because in the same video I asked if people sold Duplo, but I'm going to skip over that part and just go to the part about the store name. My previous name was a holdover from selling toys on eBay. I changed to Arizona Brick Shop. I put a card in all my orders as well as a disclaimer on my shops, Bricklink and Brickout, letting my buyers know about the name change. I seem to have kept all my long-term buyers with no issues. As far as the used in the name, I think it's just fine. I sell tons of used product with no issue. I have very high standards of what I put in my store, just like you do. I agree that if someone is looking for a part that is no longer in production, they will be expecting to get it used. So she was answering my question. My big concern was if I did change my store name, how difficult would it be? But it sounds like it's actually a pretty easy process. I'm not going to be changing my store name just because everybody said it's fine, and I really don't want to go through the hassle. And like I said before, it was something that I thought of quickly on the fly, but it ended up being something that I really like, and I like my name and the logo and everything about my store, and I really don't want to change it. The next one was, if you sell both used and new, why restrict your store name? Which is a good point. 95% of the stuff I sell in my store is used. There's no way around that. I just don't have the availability that some people have to buy new sets in bulk and add them to my store. And at this point, I don't have the space for a lot of new parts. So I'm sticking with the used. And plus I have containers and containers of used parts I still need to get into inventory. Used is basically what my store is. So this next one, I really don't care about the store name specifically unless the store is recommended to me and I want to look it up, or I see the name has some offensive term in it. I haven't run into that on Bricklink or Brickout, but I have seen store names on other venues that have very bad connotations. Otherwise, I just go by my wanted list or a search of a specific part I'm looking for. And I totally agree with this because I got to thinking about it. When I look for parts, I'm using the wanted list. I don't care about the store name. What I do care about is the feedback. If the store has good feedback, I'm going to buy from that store. If the store has bad feedback, I'm not going to buy from them. Their store name has absolutely nothing to do whether or not I'm going to be purchasing from their store. And I would hope that people would do the same for me, that even though they see used, that they would go and read the feedback and see that I do try my best to sell the very best used parts out there. And one more. Montana Used Bricks is spot on the best name for your business. It's honest and to the point of what you are about, which pretty much sums it all up. I sell used parts, it's in my name, that's who we are, and we seem to do fairly well at it. Would I like to get more sales? Yes. Do I think I can? Yes, but I need to change what I'm doing as a seller in order to sell more parts. I don't think it has anything to do with the name of my store. And I appreciate everybody who took the time to comment, because I really was starting to panic that maybe that was the reason my sales were down. This has been a really rough year for me since July, and I have not been focusing on my store. I'm slowly getting back into focusing and trying to get things done and build up my inventory, but it's a little bit of a process for me to get back in the groove. So for this last one, I'm going to read it and then I'm going to switch over to my screen capturing software so I can show you what this suggestion is all about. As I've said before, my screen capturing software is not the best and the audio always sounds a little funky. So I apologize for that, but I think it would be better to show you than to try to explain it. But this was a suggestion I got when I was talking about trying to track down stickered parts. Now I use Bricknize, and 99% of the time it will bring it up without any issues. The smaller the part or the more detailed the sticker, sometimes it won't come up. This was a suggestion on how to use Brickstore a little better, which I always appreciate. And as I said in the comment back to him, I really need to take a couple of hours and just play with Brickstore because there is so much you can do within Brickstore to make your searches easier and to be able to get parts in faster. And I have not done that. And I really need to, or I need a crash course on all the different tips and tricks of Brickstore, something. But I found this one very useful and I have used it quite a bit since he commented a couple of months ago. Nice video. You can also use the color lock. So if you're looking for a blue decorated tile, click the lock above the colors and click the blue so it only shows you blue, and click the tile decorated. Then you see all the blue decorated tiles. Also, some stickered parts are not listed on Bricklink, so that may be why you are not finding some, because no one has uploaded it or created the listing. So let me take you over to the computer and I will show you what he's talking about. So in Brickstore, if you would like to use this option that he was talking about, you would click the lock button up at the top, click the color that you're looking for. In this case, I'm looking for dark pink brackets because I know there's not going to be a lot of those. And this is the part that I'm looking for. And it brought up just the dark pink, or if you want just the dark tan, it's going to bring up those. This is a great way to limit the parts you're looking for. If you have brick decorated and you have a certain color and you're having trouble getting Bricknize to work, you can just click on the color and it will show you all of that color. The other thing that I do all the time is I just use the known colors because that's going to limit your options over on the side, and a lot of times that will also help you figure out if you have the right part or not, because sometimes certain parts aren't offered in certain colors. So if you're looking at that and can't find it on the known list, you probably are looking at the wrong part. If anyone else has any suggestions, tips, or tricks on how to better use Brickstore, I would very much be interested. As I've said before, I don't know all the ins and outs. I just know what I generally use, and I don't spend time playing trying to figure out what everything means. I'm sure there's so much more to this that I don't know, and I'm more than willing to learn and more than willing to share with others. So if you have anything, please put that in the comments below. If you have any specific questions on how to use Brickstore, put those in the comments below as well, because if I don't know the answer, I'm sure somebody out there does. So that was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.